These high landscapes, rich in nature's bounties, are the result of millions of years of Earth's evolution. But as calm and majestic they appear, when the layers of these embodiments dislodge from their roots, they spell disaster. A cataclysm called landslide. How often have we witnessed the devastating sights of masses of rock, earth, or debris move down a slope, burying everything within its reach, taking a toll on life and infrastructure. According to statistics, about 15% area of India is prone to landslides, of which the Western Ghats and Himalayas are the most affected. Most landslides. Reasons are obvious. High rainfall and seismic activity in these regions frequently results on landslides in these areas, which sometimes are massively destructive.
काफ़ी ऊपर से कई मल्टीपल स्पॉट्स पे लैंडस्लाइड्स आई, तो अनफॉर्चुनेटली उसमें जो हमारे 4 पिलग्रिम्स थे उनकी उसमें डेथ हुई है।
बारिश हो रही थी तो स्लाइडिंग हुई, पत्थर आया, जो पता लगा मैं पुलिस से पता लगा, पत्थर आया उसके सर पे लगा, उसकी डेथ हुई हो गई।
September 24th, 2012. Northern Sikkim, 27 people died. July 26th, 2005. Sakinaka, Mumbai. More than 74 people were dead. August 1998. Malpa. Entire village was wiped out in landslide, approximately 400 casualties. August 1993. Nagaland. 200 houses were destroyed. 500 people died and about 5-kilometer stretch of road was damaged. July 1991. Assam. 300 people were killed. Road and buildings were damaged. 14th August 2017, when a large part of the mountainous terrain in Mandi, Himachal Pradesh came sliding onto the road after a cloud burst. The landslide swept 2 passenger buses into the valley, hundreds of feet below, killing more than 46 people. Sudden movement of land masses down a slope, which we know as landslide or landslip, is a geological phenomenon. According to scientists, no definite parameters or cause can be attributed to landslides. The scale of a landslide may vary from downswinging of small pieces of rocks to large rocks and masses of soil extending to several kilometers. Landslides could be both natural and man-made. Usually, heavy rains are one of the main reasons for landslides. Seismic activity, earthquakes and floods can also lead to landslides. However, human activity has been recognized as an important causative factor that leads to many landslides. Deforestation and destruction of vegetation in slopes, road construction and slope modification involve excavation of rocks. Large-scale mining, reckless development of infrastructure without proper water drainage systems, and tow support are major factors that increase the risk of landslides. According to government estimates, landslides of different types are frequent in geodynamically active domains in the Himalayan and Arakan-Yoma belt of the northeastern parts of the country. The evaluation of topography is related to geomorphic process, which shapes the mountains and valleys. It takes have a strong hold are called weak areas, which are the result of the presence of tectonic elements like thrusts and faults. Heavy showers lead to rapid accumulation of water in the ground, leading to the water saturation of rock, earth, and debris in the slopes. Such saturated land masses are unstable and vulnerable to sliding down the slope under gravity.
If you see from Himalaya, which is a very active tectonic settings, where the rocks are deformed because of their structure. And if you go to the South India, in the Western Ghats, there rocks are not deformed, rocks are very sound, but it is more of an erosional platform. So these soils, when these get super saturated during the rains, it slips. And in Himalaya, if you see, both rain as well as earthquake causes landslides.
On steep hill slopes, mud starts to slide slowly and a landslide usually starts shallow. But as they progress, landslides tend to liquefy and accelerate, creating a domino effect. In the process, causing large-scale damage. It is estimated that while a typical landslide travels at 10 miles per hour, on larger scalars, it can exceed 35 miles per hour. Landslides are broadly classified into falls, topples, spreads, creeps, slides, flows, and torrents, etc. In snowy regions, large chunks of snow may slide down the hill, and the occurrence is known as snow avalanches. Due to landslide, water channel blocked several times and created artificial lakes in mountains. When the pressure of water increases, same happened in 2015 in Zanskar Valley. A big landslide blocked the way of Phuktal River. In coming few days, about 14-kilometer long artificial lake became danger for the region. With the help of local authority army, Air Force and NDMA developed a plan. They discharged the water by small explosion. Though landslides are part of Earth's natural cycle, but increasing population and settlements on the mountainous, along with tourism and other commercial activities, have increased the load on the hill slopes and nonetheless, commercial and industrial activities continues in this region. The construction of highways and roads on the hills, which requires the creation of slopes. Sometimes, using explosive has also increased increasing risk of landslides in India. GSI has made established a nodal agency. GSI launched the National Landslide Susceptibility Mapping (NLSM) project in 2014. This project is likely to yield information which will aid landslide hazard and risk assessment through zonation mapping across the country. Under the NLSM, remote sensing and field inputs are being employed to survey and assess around 66% of the country's densely populated landslide-prone areas. The remaining 34%, largely inaccessible areas, are being covered as Priority 2 targets, for which NRSC has provided land use maps.
We are coordinating all the landslide studies throughout the country. Then we are carrying out geological studies, site-specific studies, at different locations in the country. Then we are monitoring all the landslides. What are the landslides happening throughout the country?
GSI engages in study, analyzing and mapping of potential landslide areas to mitigate landslide hazards, along with National Disaster Management Authority (NDMA) and National Technical Advisory Committee (TAC), along with GSI, Central Road Research Institute, Central Building Research Institute, Vadia Institute of Himalayan
India Science Channel was launched in the year 2019 by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The internet-based dedicated science web channel is being implemented and managed by Vigyan Prasar, committed towards science communication. The channel features science documentaries, discussions on current topics, interviews and different programs covering the entire landscape of science and technology to make science popular among the masses.
India Science is a flagship project of Vigyan Prasar. And over a year and a half, we have produced more than 1,200 videos of different sizes, lengths, and are from different genre and for different domains for the people of the country. We've taken, we have spoken, we've gotten, we've dived deep into the realms of different domains of science and technology, and we have gotten news, stories, films, videos, in almost every format that you can think of. OTT, for that matter, is a great platform that helps anybody to look for any news, any item, any video, any documentary at any point in time. All you need to do is to subscribe a channel for it.
One can also download India Science mobile app from Google Play Store or Apple Store to view this channel.
Like other natural hazards, landslides are also inevitable. However, scientists are extensively working towards measures that can prevent a landslide from becoming a catastrophe. This includes the exploration of causes which leads to collapse of paths of mountains.
Basically, there are three important components. One is your landslide hazard and risk assessment. It means that you are going to identify the areas which are vulnerable to landslides and what is the impact of those landslides in the surrounding risk element, maybe a road, maybe building, maybe bridge, maybe hydropower projects and all. So, one is the hazard and risk assessment. The second point is the instrumentation and monitoring. How you have to predict the movement of the landslides by certain instrumentation. So, we install several instruments to monitor the movement of the landslide. The most important part in the landslide disaster mitigation is ultimately to give a solution, that is the mitigation measures.
This is the Parkot landslide in landslide affected area near Narendranagar of Uttarakhand. This landslide becomes a threat to highways in every monsoon. Scientists have placed markers here to monitor the land movement.
We have installed around 150 to 200 markers in this landslide area. So, these markers will be observed through total station. This is the permanent station. So, from permanent station we will put our total station. Total station will be targeted to reflector, will be fixed on the marker. So, we keep on taking the readings. It will give horizontal, vertical and then sloping distance. So, if we take on every 15 days, whenever we feel some movement is there, so periodical monitoring will be taken. This periodical monitoring, so we can know that which portion of the slide area is moving faster or what rate it is moving, which direction is moving.
Rainfall and water flow are known to be major causes of landslides. Hence, in order to assess the impact of these factors and the behavior of soil under different scales of rain, the Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee, has set up an artificial slope where these factors are modeled.
We are trying to monitor this slope with several instruments like pore pressure transducer and then the other instruments, so that we can observe the movement, and with the availability with the reading from the pore pressure and the moisture condition, we can simulate that the process of failure in this model. Different rainfall intensity with different landslide slope material along with different angle, we can do the experiment and know the behavior of landslide.
Scientific institutes across the country are engaged in studies that aims at disaster mitigation during landslides. Researchers at the Wadia Institute of Himalayan Zoology works on understanding the risks in landslide affected areas such as Yamuna Valley, Bhagirathi and Himachal the hills. Samples of soil and rocks are tested in the laboratories. This aid in the assessment of landslide risk associated with the slopes. The threat of landslide increases in the monsoon. Hence, the Indian Meteorological Department plays a vital role in this context. Precise forecasts by the Indian Meteorological Department helps in alerting concerned agencies and the general public about the impending rain and possibility of landslides.
We provide district level heavy rainfall warning. So, based on this, Geological Survey of India, who is responsible for the monitoring and prediction of landslides, takes stock of the situation.
Usually employ techniques like surface measurements of landslide activity, subsurface measurements of landslide.
Both surface and subsurface sensors. The subsurface sensors includes the in-place inclinometers to measure the displacements at various depths, and vibrating wire piezometers to measure the water level, the pore water pressure building up within the material within the landslide strata. And on the surface we have used wireline extensometers to measure the displacement on the surface, so that we can correlate the surface movements with the subsurface movements. So, this work is in progress and we are quite hopeful with our initial set of data that this is going to work and we will be able to develop a early warning system for the hills.
Early warning system.
So, this is one of the area where we are targeting to develop a people-centric early warning and also a regional early warning through our international collaboration with British Geological Survey. So, in that program of regional early warning, what we are trying to model the rainfall condition, the weather regime, that what weather regime was prevalent in this area which has created landslide in the past. And once we know that weather regime, we can try to forecast in future what is the chances of getting that weather pattern which will create landslides. But this will try to give you the large area that among this 20-25 square kilometer there is chance of getting a landslide. So, in order to save the people which are affected by individual landslides, we are also trying to do the people-centric early warning system, and for that we do the mock drill where the community is involved, they process the data, they analyze the rainfall condition, and then they take the decision along with the district disaster management group to warn the people, and then they go to the safe shelter.
India Science Channel was launched in the year 2019 by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The internet-based dedicated science web channel is being implemented and managed by Vigyan Prasar, committed towards science communication. The channel features science documentaries, discussions on current topics, interviews and different programs covering the entire landscape of science and technology to make science popular among the masses.
India Science is a flagship project of Vigyan Prasar. And over a year and a half, we have produced more than 1,200 videos of different sizes, lengths, and from different genre and for different domains for the people of the country. We've taken, we have spoken, we've gotten, we've dived deep into the realms of different domains of science and technology, and we have gotten news, stories, films, videos, in almost every format that you can think of. OTT, for that matter, is a great platform that helps anybody to look for any news, any item, any video, any documentary at any point in time. All you need to do is to subscribe a channel for it.
One can also download India Science mobile app from Google Play Store or Apple Store to view this channel.
Landslides often results in the breakdown of transport and communication systems. Under such conditions, the information is communicated to various disaster management agencies. On the basis of this information, officials of the National Disaster Trained Force (NDRF) trained people reach the disaster site and rescue the victims. Leveled. But like other rules and regulation, these codes are also being violated. Under such conditions, the only and best available option is reduction of risk factors associated with landslides. Some of the control measures implemented in risk areas include retaining walls, drainage measures, rock fall measures, rock fencing, soil reinforcement. According to ND roads and pavements, inclination of trees are some of the warning signs of landslide which are not to be avoided. Under such conditions, the best measure is to inform your neighborhood and local authorities and leave the risk area with essentials as early as possible. Participate in the mock drills and interactive workshops conducted by NDMA in your offices, schools and neighborhood. Encourage a subsequent damage. In risky areas, one can consider building retaining walls and deflection walls to direct the water flow around buildings. Before you build or buy a property on a slope, get a registered geologist or a registered geotechnical engineer to survey the same and assess the risk. Stay tuned to your local radio or television stations for the latest emergency information. Science has reduced the risk of landslides and technology aid to a large extent in mitigating the effects of a disaster. However, this is possible only with the participation and cooperation of aware and alert citizens. Stay alert, stay safe.